Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dibs. Thank you for returning. If you're a returning viewer, if you haven't, welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about the my spring wardrobe, or things I want to make in spring. I really don't have a lot of time to sew because of work, family, and then my business, but there's certain things that I really want to sew this spring. So when I say spring, March is already over. Well, March is almost over. We're on the 16th of March. So between now, actually it's only halfway through March. So between March, April, May, these are the things I want to sew. There are just, I wouldn't say a few items. There are a couple of things, but the categories. So I want to sew a trench coat. I want to sew some skirts, some tops, and some dresses. Nothing too complicated, I hope. But I am going to start by, I've got my notes as usual, because you all know I'm forgetful. I've got a whole bunch of things, pictures and all that, so I don't forget, and they will give me cues. So I'm going to start with the trench coats. I saw this Chloe trench coat last year. Was it last year or the year before last? And I saved it on Pinterest. But of course I haven't had time to make it. But then a couple of days ago, or was it last week, I saw it on a fashion influencer, a really fashionable girl called Tanika B. I saw her, she did a reel on Instagram, and I was like, oh my god, that's a coat! And I was like, I really need to make the coat this year. So I'm hoping I'll get to make the coat this year. There are two trench coats I'm going to talk about that I really do want to make. But the first one is a Chloe coat. The second one is a Burberry coat. So the Chloe coat is it's just really your classic trench coat. It's just your classic trench coat with trims all over. I really like it. Like, if I'm going to make it though, I'm not going to have the trims around the sleeve and like that. So it's only going to be on the collar, the flaps, the front. Which reminds me, I need to find a pattern that has princess seams. The pattern I was thinking of initially, or that I am thinking of initially, is the Eden coat from VikiSews, but it's not a princess seam coat. So I'll either have to convert it into a princess seam coat, or I'll have to find a coat that is a princess seam trench coat, and it will take away the work for me. But that's the first coat. The second, oh, that coat, they also have it in black. The black version has colorful trims. I think it's pink, red, or white or so. I'll put the pictures up. So that coat is such a statement coat. I really like it. I just love how it's classic, but then they've added the fun twist with the white trims. The second coat is a Burberry coat. Now this one as well needs a princess seam pattern. So there's a grasser pattern that I saw. I didn't put it here. I'll try and find it, that I think will really work well with this. It's a princess seam coat, and this one especially needs the princess seam lines, because when you look at the way the trims are set, they set them along the seams of the princess seam. They set them along the lines of the princess seam. So this coat is just amazing. The only person I've seen wear this coat is what's her face? Princess. Is it Beatrice? The one who's married to the first daughter of the Duke of York. I think he's got Beatrice and Beatrice. Yes, it's Beatrice. Yeah. So that coat, I really love it. I haven't been able to find anywhere online for a trim that looks like this. So On Thursday I'm going to Milan, so I will try and visit the Shindo showroom. So Shindo is a Japanese company that manufactures haberdashery and other accessories for high fashion dressmaking. So they've got elastics, they've got bias bindings, they've got straps, they've got ribbons, really lovely stuff. So I'll go to their showroom in Milan, and then further they have another showroom in Paris, but I've never been there. I haven't been to the Milan one, but we shall remedy that on Thursday. So moving on, the next category of things I really want to make are dresses. First off, this Mara Hoffman dress or dresses. I just love the fact, so I think you can notice a theme going on, fabric embellishment or whatever you want to call it. This Mara Hoffman dresses, I love the exaggerated sleeves. I love the fact that they've just taken plain fabrics and then created a whole new look just with trims. So this is one I really want. It will be fun, I think, recreating stuff like this. So I went ahead and looked for some patterns. I actually put out a call on Instagram for people, for anyone who could think of a pattern that would have those sleeves, and I had a few replies. The pattern line, so they have, the pattern line has this dress called the Harrison dress, which is really good for that style, because if you look at the Mara Hoffman dress, the black one, it's got a seam just below the bust, which is similar to what the Harrison dress has. But for me to get the effect of the Mara Hoffman dress, I'll probably need to do it in a fabric that can maintain shape. So that's one option. Another option is Trend Patterns TPC #1. So pattern #1, I remember when this came out, I was like, oh my gosh, those sleeves, it was so good. There are many people that have made this top. Some have lengthened it into dresses, I think. But this is another good option, another really lovely option. But this one's got long sleeves, so probably the white Mara Hoffman dress would be ideal for that one. And the last pattern that was recommended to me was the Joe dress and jumpsuit by Closet Core. View A is a good match for that. So in case you want to recreate that dress, you could use any of those three patterns and make of it what you will. But if you were going to use trims, I would suggest using trims that are flexible, so you can easily shape them. There's in the UK that sells them. I'll try and find the link and put it down there, but just something that is soft and can easily be manipulated. Don't get really stiff like ropes. Ooh. The next dress I want to make is probably going to come as no surprise to you guys, but it's the DVF wrap dress, the Vogue 2000. I want to make it this spring. I don't go anywhere. I work from home full time, so this dress is, if I make it in a knit fabric, it'll be really comfortable, and I'll be able to just lounge in the house, just relax, just swish around the house, all dressed up, nowhere to go except Zoom meetings, Microsoft Teams. The next dress I want to make is the Ileana dress by VikiSews. I'm going for mostly knit dresses, except the Mara Hoffman dress. I'm going for knit dresses because comfort. One, my comfort. I just like these days I'm all about comfort. I just want to be able to sit and relax, and if I put on weight, the dress would expand with me. If I lose weight, I can manage it somehow. And I am currently trying to lose weight. I've lost 4.5 kilos so far from the beginning of February. So if I continue with this downward movement, I'm going to be losing weight. So I'm going to lose a lot more weight. So I don't want to sew things that are quite fitted, or even if I sew woven fabrics, it has to be something that's got a lot of ease, a lot of volume, so that even if I shrink or I remain at this size, I can still wear it. So that's the Ileana dress. That one is for work, really, just for work. The next one is the Hazel dress. So this dress, I like it because it reminds me of something Meghan Markle wore. So anyone who knows me know I am a proud member of the Sussex squad. Okay, so this dress reminds me of Meghan. So I really want to make this one because I love Meghan so much. Again, I'm going to use a knit. I have a lot of ribbed knit fabrics that I got from Italy, so this will work well with those. So that is it for my knit dresses. Next I want to talk about a couple of bias dresses I want to make, just because of the way bias dresses move. They kind of mold themselves to your body, and I believe even if I'm this size, even if I drop 2 dresses, I can probably still get away with wearing the same size. So if you think I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments, but I think I'm right. So the first bias dress I'm going to hopefully make is the Crosby bias dress from the pattern line. I love this dress. What I love even more are the instructions. Era has the way she sews, so beautiful. The techniques she uses are the techniques you'll find in really high-end ready to wear. So this is really good. If you look on her YouTube, she shows you how to sew, how to hem stuff, how to make stuff with band roll, which is, so I really want to use the techniques she uses with the other patterns I'll be making as well. So the next bias dress pattern I want to make is the Camellia silk dress by PatternCos. PatternCos is hitting it out of the park. Like, she's got a couple of new patterns that I really want. She's got this halter neck pattern. I'm like, oh my gosh, summer's coming. I will be making that dress. So this Camellia silk dress by PatternCos, that's another one I'm going to make. That one comes with video instructions, which is always good because I'm quite a visual learner. If instructions are okay, but I'd rather watch a video, I remember, or it imprints itself on my brain better that way. And yeah, so oh my gosh, I'm a sucker for online learning classes. I'm a sucker for like, I would buy any sewing workshop, any sewing video, even if I know how to make the thing. I just like seeing how other people do stuff. The third bias dress I want to make is the Sicily slip dress by Masin. So this one and the Camellia silk slip dress both have cowl necks, but the Sicily slip dress has got 2 views, but the view I'm interested in is view A, the thin straps and the cowl neck. And also I like the length of the view B. I'm just like, nah, me and short dresses, no. The final bias dress I want to make is the Eileen dress by VikiSews. The reason why I'm going for this one is because I want to make it in linen. I love the fact that it doesn't have straps. The other 3 have got straps, but this one is full on. It's just, I love that silhouette of the top, and I want to make it in linen. in multiple colors of linen. Moving on to tops, the pattern line, the Worcester Buyers top. So when I was in Cameroon, when I was a young girl, back home in Cameroon, I was about 22, 23. My older sister lived in London. Well, she still lives in London, but she sent me this buyers sets, the skirt and the top. It was amazing. Like everywhere I wore that, I got so many compliments, and I've always wanted to sew that look again, but I just haven't done it. But I'm going to do that with the Worcester Buyers top. And the pattern line also has a skirt, which I'll talk about in the skirt section, but it's the Mercer skirt. So I'm going to use the Worcester Buyers top and the Mercer skirt to recreate the outfit that I had when I was 22, 23. Oh gosh, the way that fitted me. I was a hot babe. I was hot. The next top I'm going to make, touch wood, is the Franklin t-shirt by the pattern line. Now this t-shirt I really want to make. Like as soon as she released it, I bought it because guess what? It's only got one seam at the back. Well, it's got the sleeves as well, but it doesn't have side seams. There's a seam at the back, and you sew the seams with French seams for a knit that's really different. So I want to make that. And in this picture, she's wearing it with the Mercer, but in this in this picture, she's wearing it with the Mercer skirt, and I really love the belt as well. So I just love that look. Another top I want to make is the Cynthia's shirt by VikiSews. So one of my favorite ready-to-wear shops is COS, and COS have this thing where they do a lot of oversized shirts. I have so many of their oversized shirts, but they're not cheap. They are not cheap. So if I have access to all of this fabric and patterns that are good, why shouldn't I sew mine? So I want to sew a Cynthia shirt, but then I also want to hack it and sew longer versions, so long shirt dresses, and wear them with palazzo pants. COS do that a lot. They have a lot of long, sometimes kaftan, sometimes shirt dresses, and they pair them with really baggy trousers. And I love that look so much. My older sister dresses like that as well, and I really like it. So that's one for the books. I am going to make that one. Another top I want to make is the cowl sweater by VikiSews. Now, I have a lot of cable knit fabric, and I had a look on Net-a-Porter, and there's so many cable knit outfits there. The one that I love the most is this one by, I can't remember, who is this by? Let me have a look. I can't remember who this is by. Let me check. I should not be forgetting stuff. Net-a-Porter cable. Yes, so that's from Gabriella Hurst. I just love how comfortable it looks. This will make, like, this is what I would want to wear at home whilst working. The skirt and the top, easy. It just looks so comfortable. Now this one's got cashmere. I don't have cashmere, but I have multiple colors of this soft wool knit, this soft wool cable knit that I'm going to use to make a couple of tops. I'm going to make the skirt. The skirt is so easy. It's basically just two rectangles and probably an elastic waistband. So easy, not difficult at all. But yeah, so there are a couple of cable tops that I saw that I really want that have inspired me to want to make a cable knit top. So there's the Gabriella Hurst one, there's Andota. This one is a cable knit wool sweater. I have the cable knits I have are similar to this brown one, so I will be making that. There's also this Ralph Lauren metallic cable knit, but this is a silk knit. I don't have a silk cable knit fabric, which I should probably look for it, but yes, I really like the sheen on this Ralph Lauren one. Now on to the final category of things I want to make. Skirts. So I spoke about the Mercer bias skirt before. This is what it looks like. Perfect skirt. So this one is really easy to sew. I was looking at the instructions. It's just 2 pattern pieces and then elastic for the waistband. Easy. So that should not take long to sew. I think this one, the most work is going to come from the cutting, and then you have to wait, let it hang overnight so that it drops. So if you haven't sewn with bias using the bias grain before, you don't sew and hem in one fitting. You sew it and then let it hang, because you're cutting across grain, right? You're cutting where there's elasticity. Okay, the bias grain has elasticity, and when you cut along that grain, it will grow, it will lengthen. So so the recommendation is that you sew up whatever it is that you're making, and then you let it hang. So you put it in the way you would wear it, or you put it on a hanger, or if you have a mannequin, you put it on the mannequin, so that for like 24 hours or more, so that it droops, and then you can now measure the length all around the hem. Sorry, you mark the hem all around and then you cut it around. There are many videos on YouTube on how to sew bias things, how to cut them. I'll try and find the links. If I don't, just search for how to sew bias skirts, or how to sew on the bias, or how to cut on the bias. There are books out there as well that give you all the information. Just give it a go. Another bias skirt I want to make is the Satin skirt by VikiSews. So you will probably have noticed that I've limited myself to 2 or 3 pattern companies, just because if this pattern, the patterns from these companies work for me, right? They fit me. I don't have to do a lot of modifications with these pattern companies. The drafting suits my body type. If I have to make any adjustments, it's probably minimal at the hips, because my waist to hip ratio is quite large, but they work for me. I know they work for me, so I'm sticking with what works. I don't have time to be trying new pattern companies, especially as I am only going to be sewing these patterns between now till the end of May. I don't have time to experiment. This pattern companies work for me, and so I'm going to stick with them. And I think that's another thing that's one thing about sewing. When you start sewing, if you find a pattern company whose sloper works for you, try to use that pattern company to sew more things and learn from them, because if you take away the complexities of fitting, then you enjoy it more. There is nothing really horrible like you putting in all this time to sew something and then it doesn't fit, or you spend your money and you buy a pattern from a brand new pattern company and then you don't make a muslin and you try to sew it and it's just a hot mess. You get frustrated and you don't want to sew anymore. So if you find a pattern that works for you, sew it forever. Try to hack it, because the base pattern already works. try to hack it, try to change the sleeves, try to lengthen it, try to shorten it. Just have fun with the pattern and you'll find you'll enjoy sewing more. And that is it. So the only other skirt I was going to talk about was the knit skirt, but like I said before, that's basically just 2 rectangles and elastic at the waist. So there you have it. These are the things I want to make trench coats. I'm probably going to choose just one trench coat. So 1 trench coat, maybe 5 or 6 dresses, mostly neat, because 1, I don't have to struggle with the fit and they're comfortable. I work from home. I don't need to kill myself. I just need things that are comfortable for me. And I'm sticking with pattern companies that I know work for me. Okay, so there you have it. What are you making this spring? Are you doing like a major sewing adventure, or are you sewing just 1 item? Are you sewing 2? What are you making? Are you making a trench coat? Are you making a dress? Are you making trousers? Oh, I don't have any trousers on my list. That's because I can't be asked to fit trousers. I don't know how to fit trousers. I don't want to fit trousers. I have a trouser that will work, that works for me. It's the Magna trousers, and it's in the Ahead of the Curve book by Kashmir Red. I was one of the models in the book, so she really took her time to fit the trousers to me. So I have one pattern that fits me. So if I want to sew trousers, it's going to be that one. I actually made a pair of linen trousers from that pattern. It was, so I'm not going to kill myself and do patterns when I don't have the time. But yes, oh, I know you're probably wondering what's happening to my mulberry coat. I'm working on it. Okay, I am working on it. To prove that I am working on it, I have cut out the pattern. I'm going to show you. This is one of the pattern pieces. See, I'm working on it. The reason why it's taking so long is because I'm lazy. But you see it eventually. You'll see the coat. So thank you for watching, and I hope you come back. Let me know in the comment sections if you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If you didn't, well, come back at video number 137. You might like it then. Have a good weekend, and I hope your days are bright and sunny. Bye.